Okay, we're live. Welcome to this winner announcement stream. Lab, in collaboration with Google, we have hosted the Google Cloud Vertex AI Hackathon. It was an amazing event that brought together a community of AI enthusiasts and developers. With a total of 4,653 participants, that resulted in 814 teams and 95 submissions. It was a showcase of incredible talent and passion within the field of AI. Now, in this winner announcement stream, we're going to go through the top 6 submissions that we found throughout the process. And as far as the judges go, we'll have from Google Cloud, Alex Erfurt, who's the Senior Machine Learning Specialist. And from our side at New Native, we'll have our co-founder, Simon Olsson, who will also be one of the judges. But if we can start with, and I believe Alex has an opening to do from Google side.
Yes, I hear a background noise. I don't know if it's just me.
I hear it too.
Yeah, okay, now it's better. Yes. Like first of all, just I wanted to say thank you to everyone. Of course, all the participants who put so much work into that over the weekend. Very amazing to see what you guys have built, all the passion and energy, let's say, around that. I mean, with like with every new technology, there's a steep learning curve. Of course, there's a lot of challenges, maybe also some technical challenges to get around, and we know that you had some of them, but still being able to build something in a few hours and then submit it, and so yeah, very well done to everyone participated here, and then also a big shout out to LabLab. AI to yeah, running all of that. That's I know it's a tremendous effort and a lot of work. So really thank you here also from Google side for partnering with us and really enabling this kind of large scale get togethers, let's say, and yeah, giving the people to the chance to meet and to explore new technologies and so on. That's very cool. And of course, that's also why Google is doing that. And hopefully we will do more of that together in the near future. What I'm sharing here is just a quick overview again. We at the kickoff of the hackathon, we already shared that. For the ones who are kind of thinking what's coming next, what are the next steps, just want to draw a bit of attention on the Google for Startups Cloud program, where you can look into, get credits, get help. You can also look into the fairly new AI program that we recently just launched. That really opens up, yeah, first of all, more funding, but also help, technical help, a consultation and so on from our side. So really, but that's of course when AI is sort of at the heart of your business model, which means you use AI as your core technology, which I think for everyone applies here. I mean, that's kind of like the idea of all of that. I just assume, and if you apply for such a program and you're successful, you can expect up to $250,000 of credits in your first year of program year, and as I said, like dedicated support from our AI expert team, like myself and my colleagues and others, and also AI specific training. Just wanted to put that out there. Just if you're interested, there are resources that can help you in your next stages, what's coming after the hackathon. And yeah, without further ado, I think I would give over to whoever comes next, and maybe we will have already the first presentations from the winner teams. Or yeah, maybe over to you, Alessia, or I'm not sure who is the next one.
Okay, back to me. So before we go into announcing who the finalists are, just want to mention the prizes. All the teams that submitted submitted their solutions got $100 extra credits for Google Cloud products. And for the winner, of this whole event, they'll be invited to the Slingshot Accelerator program for early stage startups. This program will help teams go from a proof of concept to an MVP with full support from our team here at LabLab and New Native. Let's see. But before we go into that, let me also introduce Simon, one of our co-founders. I believe he has something to say as well.
Yes, thank you, Mihir, and thanks, Alec. It's great to see that so many people actually joined for this event. It's great to see the output of this event. It's fantastic. It's up there among the best events that we've ever run so far. So we are super happy to look at these six finalists. Obviously, we spent a lot of time trying to contemplate the best ones already, but super happy to be able to introduce them to the rest of the world and have us assess them and give them some candid feedback for the next development phase. Also, big shout out to you guys at Google. Thank you so much for making this happen together with us. We're super happy to work with you guys. With that, let's kick this off. All right.
Yes. A quick run through first of all the teams. Let's see here. The first team that will present, I'll just mention all of them right off the top before we get into the actual presentations. We have AIT Diagram Code X, Judgy AI, Hyper Targets, Alia or IEA for Airbnb, Spark Tales, and finally Pulsar Wave. So without further ado, let's start off with the presentation for AIT Diagram Code X. The stage is yours.
Hello, I'm Konstantin Vasilyev. I'm seasoned senior system engineer from sunny California, USA. Over the 2 decades in this field, the power of diagramming and code generation has become crystal clear to me. Today I introduce to you iDiagram Code Text, a tool that simplifies complexity and elevates productivity. Let's dive in. Having been in a meeting where verbally explained workflow get lost in translation, enter iDiagram Code Text, the tool that turns text into clear diagrams, simplifying complexity and ensuring shared understanding. No technical skills required, just seamless synchronization, easy conversions, and streamlined processes for more efficient workflow. Ever faced project delays due to miscommunication? Needed an enterprise-wide solution? Welcome to iDiagram Code Text, redefining documentation, diagramming, and coding workflows for greater efficiency and productivity. Introducing iDiagram Code Text, a breakthrough in diagram interaction. Our platform transforms your descriptions into diagrams and Go code, or through intuitive four-part interface. Experience a world where text, diagrams, and code sync effortlessly. iDiagram Code Text uses developer tools like Visual Studio Code, Docker, Bash, and of course Google Vertex AI Palm for natural language processing, backed by a robust Open API web service on GCP Cloud Run, ensuring seamless, secure, and efficient user experience. In order to master the complexity of the task, we are having proprietary intelligent pipelines for natural language to diagram conversion and diagram to code conversion. Let me demonstrate to you a live code. You have input field, diagram field, visualization field, code field. This is actually a panel. Here I have predetermined free natural language requests in the input field. Here you can see how the system generates a diagram code, then the pink image of the visualization, and finally you have Go language code. Art diagram code X. This is your key to productivity. We have harnessed advanced natural language processing and automated API integration to simplify complexity. We have democratizing the access, enhancing efficiency, and remodeling workflows for the better. Our unique blend of natural language processing, code generation, seamless diagramming, automation, and matched diagramming capabilities set us apart, superior even in comparison with competitors like Whimsical, Microsoft Visio, Lucid Charts. iDiagram Cortex charts a path towards sustainable growth with diverse monetization strategies, from freemium access, enterprise packages, to API integration, educational licensing. We are poised to create the value and foster adoption across various sectors. The diagramming, coding, and documentation tools market is rapidly growing in the digital age, and iDiagram Cortex stands ready to meet and exceed demands. Offering a powerful blend of efficiency, user-friendliness, and value, we are poised to seize a significant market share while raising the industry bar. The next phase of iDiagram Cortex promises more enhancement and technical language support, real-time code execution, and more, ensuring our tool stays at the forefront of innovation and user needs. We are dedicated to continuous growth, making iDiagram Cortex a center hub for visualization, understanding, and coding and collaboration. Thank you very much.
Okay. Let's see. I can't see that I'm live.
Yes, we are live.
We're back. Okay. Good. Great. Thank you for the presentation. And we move on to the Q&A session. Well, I want to give the floor right away to Alex. Do you have any initial thoughts about what you just saw?
So initial thought was definitely the business relevancy here, because I can clearly tell you that a lot of customers are actually asking exactly that. Hey, how can I have something build my diagrams from my description, or you have a data and I will just describe what I want instead of, you know, building SQL queries or having other tools to create those diagrams. Why not just asking for it, right, and describing it with natural language? So for me, what really sticks out here is really the business value. I think that one is clearly given, and I would give it sort of the highest rating here.
Yeah, may I
Okay.
ask then? I do have a question itself, not a comment that much, but more the question. What was the biggest challenge for you during this hackathon? Because probably that was the new technology for you, and you had only 3 days to come up with a solution. So what was really the hardest part of that for you at the hackathon?
Okay, I'll explain. So number one, thank you all for this wonderful opportunity to have Google cloud technologies applied to what I do, because actually I am with Google Cloud for 10 years and practically know a lot. So when AI came, it actually came 3 weeks ago. I didn't plan to add something necessarily right now. But when I heard about the competition, immediately I found opportunity, and I spent my 3 days to do what I always wanted to do. More than 20 years, I had problems how to present what I do before other people. Other people have this absolutely the same problem. They had to use manual diagramming tools. They have to change, and especially if you want to generate code, it is almost impossible, too expensive if you have something at all. So the most challenging part was, of course, doing the prompts, because Google has several AI technologies. One is free text, but also code-oriented. Code-oriented is especially good, but it needs a special prompting. So I spent most of my time these 3 days to fine-tune my prompt to be able to generate the diagrams and the code from it. So this is my answer to you.
Okay, thank you. Then I just have one more question to add, and it's if you have any plans to expand this product and its capabilities for the future.
Absolutely. Number one, I plan to use it every day, so to say. So it is the way I to know what I need and other people need. So number one thing, what I want to add, of course, I focus on Go language. Go language is absolutely the coolest language I learned from Google, of course. 10 years ago, I don't go back to Python or something else. So now, the immediate next step will be safe execution of the code in a sandbox, like we have Go language playground, which we can use manually right now, but I plan to use first a linter to show if there's some issues with the code. If there are issues which are plain text, I can send another prompt to improve the code which is generated. And when I don't get problems with linter, then I put it in the sandbox of the Go language playground, which I already researched how to do that. There is a source code. It is open source. So the next step will be Go code execution. This is the main thing. This is what is important. It should be safe, of course. This is one thing. I suppose other languages are important. I just speak the language which Google A, Palm, Code technology supports. There are, of course, Go language, Java, JavaScript, Python. There are several. There are not many. Just this. Google already picked them for me, so I plan to use them too. So this is immediately technology-wise plan. So next thing, people asking.
Good plan. Sorry, I have to go back,
okay.
and we'll have to move on to the next team. But thank you for your answer, AIT Diagram Code X. Moving on, the next team we have is Judgy AI. So the stage is yours for the presentation.
This is Yajat. This is Dhanush. This is Vibha. We love taking part in hackathons, but every time we hit the submit project button, we all have wondered, how do judges evaluate hundreds of projects in a given time frame? That got us thinking. Hackathons are getting popular day by day, but hackathon judging still remains a human-intensive task. Combine that with the sheer amount of submissions and the time constraint, that definitely leads to some missed high potential ideas, limited market knowledge about these ideas, and lack of understanding or sometimes even evaluating the code of the hackathon project. We hear you, judges. That's why we have created a platform to help you with those long, complex hours of judging. Introducing Judgy, your trusted ally for hackathon judging. Judgy streamlines the hackathon judging process by providing AI-generated market research and code analysis for every project. Judges can start off by configuring the hackathon. They can set the theme of the hackathon, for example, healthcare, open-ended, fintech, and agri-tech, and add if there are any technologies that must be used in the project. For example, Vertex AI. Judgy understands and evaluates projects based on these parameters. Now, let's load a hackathon project called Speechinator that uses AI to analyze users' speech and help them practice their speech. Here we're filling in the project title, description, and project links. Once submitted, Judgy deploys two agents, one to conduct market research another one to conduct code analysis on the idea submitted. After a while, the results are updated in the submission detail page. The market agent analyzes the target audience, the potential, market size, the pitfalls, and existing products in the market related to the submission idea. What is really cool about this agent is the fact that it uses Vertex AI's Palm model under the hood that has capabilities to fetch data from the internet. The code agent analyzes the GitHub repository and gives details about code quality, technologies used, and checks if the project uses all the required tech provided while configuring the hackathon. The chat with judges section helps the judges ask questions about the submissions as well as the code base. It uses LangChain to integrate multiple AI agents in the background. Now that enables us to ask questions about anything related to the submission idea. For example, we asked Judgy which age group would benefit from Speechinator. It responded correctly, stating that all age groups would benefit, especially those who want to practice speech. We also asked Judgy how speech is analyzed in the code repository submitted. It responded correctly, stating that the underlying project uses a Pratt script to analyze the speech, which is indeed the case. Judgy makes it a breeze to load multiple projects at once by uploading a CSV with all the hackathon details. Judgy also has a semantic search feature that helps judges search for project with context. For example, here we searched for all health-related project. The platform is able to give out the top 10 closest match. The possibilities with Judgy are limitless, and it truly has the potential to revolutionize the hackathon industry. That's about it. Thank you so much for listening.
Okay. Thank you, Judgy AI. Very interesting product you guys have. I'll give the floor again to Alex first, if you have any initial thoughts or questions.
I don't have questions, but initial thoughts. Definitely a smart idea to to pick. I wish I would have that already accessible for my judgy work in this hackathon. No, but what I like about this is definitely how you guys found a clear use case, quite narrow and niche, but like a very clear one, and you executed very nicely. So and presented it very well. So it's absolutely clear what you're doing there, what it solves it, and how it solves it. And everything I can say is just I would love to use that, and maybe I don't know, maybe with some of the next hackathons. lab.
Absolutely. I felt the same, that we could have used that for judging all of the submissions. It would have made everything much smoother. I'm wondering myself, where else do you guys, or which other platforms do you guys see Judgy AI being applied to?
I mean, like during the time provided for the hackathon, we could only experiment Judgy with, like one specific case, like an hackathons. But such AI agents, that specialize in judging anything, like say, for example, applicants, products, and proposals, can, like help Judgy expand to not just hackathons, but also where human decision need like a sidekick. So that is, like the if like the future scopes of the entire project. But like Alexander said, like our main focus was like take one specific target place, which is hackathons, and then try it out how these agents work in terms of like how capable they are first, and then maybe slowly expand to other sectors as well.
Do you have any initial thoughts of where you would like to try out Judgy AI?
Like you said, first it should like it could be like some partnership with some existing hackathon companies to get like a complete read as to like what is the full potential of it, what are the pitfalls in our ideas itself. Like there could be some technical constraints, all of those. But if we work all of those out, then maybe like applicants, like the job market, say for example, screening of applicants, and then even in terms of CRMs, maybe like, like shortening of leads and then trying to analyze different proposals as well. So yeah.
All right. Unless there are any other questions, Alessia, maybe?
Do you have one? I do have one, and it's more from business perspective. I didn't got actually who will be your final user there? Is it the company that will be buying it as a technology or microservice for the platform itself, or is it the hackathon team as an end user? That's a question number one, and the second is, what will be the revenue model then?
All right. So the way we intend to use this platform as our target audience, it's the organizers, the hackathon organizers, platforms like LabLab and let's say DevPost and all these other online and offline hackathon communities that we have. These guys or these communities can then they can integrate this with their existing systems and also have we are looking for like an offline version of it. So maybe offline hackathons could also have judgy as a part of their judging. Your second question, the revenue model. Since we are looking at it as a platform where that can judge hackathon projects, we have not exactly decided what the fixed price would be, but a subscription model makes most sense in this case. So, for example, like per project, some X amount, and for every hackathon. So let's say 500 projects, so X amount of 500 projects. So that could be our proposed business model.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Judgy AI. We move on to hyper targets. Yeah, the floor is yours.
Hello everyone. Today I'm happy to present you the next revolution in the personalized content and marketing. As much as 1/3 of all the internet pages currently are blog posts, and moreover, a huge amount of products are sold on the internet due to the traffic generated from the blog post. This is so-called affiliate marketing, when the creators of the blog partner with some companies and embed the link and the referral text into the post. This generates as much as 80% of the revenue for professional bloggers. However, the click-through rate for such affiliate campaigns is extremely low. This is due to the fact that for every blog post and for every affiliate partner, bloggers need to manually embed it into their posts. For that, bloggers need to make sure that this is the right product for the right target audience in the right article by the topic, and then they also need to embed it naturally into the text. I think by now you already guessed where this is going. So let me show you how AI can revolutionize this process. To solve this problem, we created a simple WordPress plugin that can be installed in just 5 minutes and easily configured by providing the API key and the partners that you want to refer in all of your blog posts. And then, after the configuration, all the users of your blog post will see personalized affiliate integrations. Let me show you how it works. For the demonstration purposes, we created a simple blog. You can find the link at the end of the presentation to play around with it yourself. So let's pretend that I'm just a normal reader now. I want to read this post about the mindfulness. I open it, just read through, blah, blah, blah. And then the blogger now recommends some course here at Coursera. I click on the link and the blogger gets a fee if I'm gonna purchase something there. So this link here actually embedded not manually but automatically using the large language models based on my personal interests. We can highlight here the section in the demo panel that is just for the demonstration to see where the personalization took place. And then we can also toggle and see how the original text looked like. Let's now pretend that I'm a different user with different interests, and then let's randomize my interest and pretend I'm reading the page again, blah, blah, blah. And here already a different integration, different link. The interests here are obtained from the Google Topics API. This API is an anonymized substitution for the third-party cookies. So it is absolutely secure and private now, so what the server gets is just your abstracted interests. This API is currently in the beta test, but it's planned to be rolled out in September. So we are not only using the latest AI models from Google, but we're also using this Google Topics API in its demo form. All right, so let's now dig deeper in how this magic actually works. When the user enters the blog post, our scripts fetch the personal interest of the users using the aforementioned Google Topics API and the first-party cookies, for example, the interest that the person selected when registering on the website. Then we also fetch from the settings your affiliate partners, and then we send it all to the Google Vertex API. This API then creates a very personalized and very natural text that then gets embedded into the blog post. But wait a second, we don't only generate this text, but we also track the clicks on the links, whether the person converted or not. With this data, we can fine-tune our models so that the generation of the text gets even more personalized and more efficient. With this tool, we are not only automating the tedious work that the bloggers needed to do, but we are also maximizing the click-through rate, the conversion rate, and with that, we can maximize the bloggers' income from affiliate integrations. Currently, we are partnering with multiple bloggers to integrate our tool with Google Analytics and to measure the actual effect on the metrics. What you just saw is but a small part of our vision. We want to become a go-to place for the personalized marketing and content. Moreover, we already started exploring the image and audio personalization. Imagine listening to a podcast where a person directly addresses you and recommends you something just like your friend would do. Whether you're a blogger or just want to see how the future of personalized content looks like, feel free to go to our website and play around in our demo blog and get in touch with us. Thanks for your attention and have a great day. Bye bye.
Thank you, HyperTarget. Very nice presentation and interesting choice for your product. I'll give it to Alex right away again, his thoughts and comments on the project.
Yeah, I find it super interesting as an idea. I think you're really onto something here, to, as your name already saying it, to really hyper personalize experience on the web. And I also like maybe one comment also on that. I also like your vision, how you kind of think bigger, and you even think like beyond bloggers, like into podcasts and other kind of platforms and so on, which I like as well. Maybe one question is, what is the business model behind that? Like how would you generate revenue? I think there was something like a plugin that you install. And maybe related to that as well, is this something that a blogger needs to install then, like a private individual blogger on their blog? Or is this something that platforms like Medium or other blog platform can also incorporate? Maybe you can elaborate a bit more on that point.
Sure. Yeah, thanks for the question. So this plugin we developed only for blog owners. So in current form, the plugin is only for individual bloggers, or like for small teams who use WordPress. But we actually, basically the next day after we submitted the hackathon project, we pivoted into the e-commerce space, because I just talked to my friend who owns an e-commerce platform, showed him the presentation, and he said, "Yeah, man, I need this actually for my product pages, for my landing pages." That's why basically one day after the hackathon, we pivoted to e-commerce platforms, but there we're also still focusing on currently on Shopify owners, and it's also in the form of the app that owners can like buy subscription for. So it's a subscription-based model where they subscribe to and they extend the functionality of their shop.
Okay. I have a another question to add. You said you already have reached out to bloggers and have them try it out. What kind of user feedback have you gotten from them, if any?
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of very interesting feedback. So first of all, I think very useful to know was the speed at which it performs the substitution, because some bloggers, they basically notice this flicker that happens when the stuff is substituted. So it's very important for us to know that this actually needs to be done not on the front end, but rather on the back end, on the server side, the substitution. So this is what we are doing now for the Shopify app. So all the substitution happens not on the front end, but on the back end, so that there is no flicker for the user. So and the loading time is faster. This was very useful feedback. I think that was also one of the reasons why we shifted from bloggers to e-commerce platforms, because for the blog owners, this is not kind of the main pain point. For them, the SEO is very important, but for e-commerce owners, the conversion rate optimization is a huge topic. So when they reach a certain size, they also pour a lot of resources in conversion rate optimization, where this tool is particularly useful.
Okay, thank you. If there are no other questions, then big thank you to HyperTarget, and we move on to Aya for Airbnb. The stage is yours.
Thank you for booking Airbnb. Would you like me to set up your experience?
Yes,
How are you traveling to Los Angeles?
I am taking a flight.
Great. What is your flight number? How would you like to travel to your Airbnb? I suggest you take a cab.
Okay, I will take a cab.
Got it. A cab will be waiting for you when you arrive.
I'm here. I would like to check in.
Welcome to your Airbnb. The door will open momentarily. Enjoy your stay. Would you like a quick tour of the Airbnb?
Sure.
This Airbnb is a beautiful example of mid-century modern architecture. Your checkout will be at 2 p.m. tomorrow. This place is pet-friendly and has a no-smoking policy.
Hi, I am Aaliyah, but on an Astro robot. I can assist you from anywhere.
Welcome to your bedroom. This cozy space is designed to help you relax and recharge during your stay. Let me show you how to operate the smart TV. You can also use the Airbnb app to control the TV.
Can I bring my dog? What are some good local restaurants? What's the Wi-Fi code?
Can you turn off the lights and set a wake-up call for tomorrow at 7?
I would like to choose breakfast for tomorrow.
What are some tourist places nearby?
Becoming a host on Airbnb can be intimidating.
Who's going to want to stay in our place? What kind of guests am I going to be attracting? Did I make the right choices and prices?
Introducing Alea. Set up your listing in a few simple steps with the help of your personal assistant, Alea. Alea has analyzed thousands of Airbnb hosts and is ready to help you every step along the way. Let's begin creating your perfect Airbnb listing with some stunning pictures. Alea understands your space from a simple video and suggests the perfect pictures to make your listing a success. It can survey your space and recommend your listing settings. It can help you to create a list of your amenities and recommend the perfect category for your listing to be discovered by millions of Airbnb users. Or you can choose to do it yourself. Let's pick a name.
What do you think of Beyond the Airbed?
Sounds great. Would you like to book an experienced guest for your first stay?
Sure.
And there it is. I just listed my guest room on Airbnb.
Hey, Aaliyah, what's next?
Now you can create some messages for your guest. I can convey them to your guest during their stay.
Is this message okay for pre-check-in?
This looks great. You can also personalize your message by using shortcodes. Shortcodes can insert your guest's name or other details into your message.
When will this message be shared?
You can schedule your messages in this drop-down menu.
Hey, Aaliyah, I already welcomed the guest over phone.
No problem. You can cancel your scheduled message by clicking the skip button below the message.
Okay, got it. Hey, Aaliyah, I set up my prices. But can I see the final payment breakdown for my guests?
Sure. Tap on the preview button to see how much your guests are being charged. Try entering the duration and number of guests to understand their rates.
Oh, my cleaning costs are higher than what I'm charging. Can I change them?
Sure. Tap on the cleaning fee menu to edit your rates. You can also set a different charge for short stays. This will lower your overall rates and attract more guests.
Aaliyah can constantly help improve your business with Airbnb. All you need to do is just ask for its insights.
Hey, Aaliyah, how can I attract more guests this summer?
A lot of travelers are looking for pet-friendly places in this area. You can consider allowing pets in your Airbnb. You can enable that in the house rules menu. You can also add a pet fee ad, modify your cleaning fees to cover any additional expenses.
Cool, what else?
You haven't added any pictures of your backyard. Consider adding them for more visibility. I have recommended a few pictures.
Hey, Aaliyah, have the guests mentioned any issues lately?
Some guests have complained about the Wi-Fi being slow. You can tap on the Wi-Fi menu to run a quick check.
Hey, Aaliyah, one of my towels is missing.
No problem. As a valued host, you are covered by our air cover policies. Tap on Request Reimbursement and choose a missing item. I will walk you through the process and help you get your compensation.
Thanks, Aaliyah.
With Aaliyah by your side, experience seamless hosting and unparalleled guest satisfaction. Elevate your Airbnb journey today.
Thank you, Aaliyah, for Airbnb. Really cool addition of technology to the already great Airbnb platform. I'll give the stage again first to Alex to share if he has any questions or thoughts.
Yeah, so a great idea. I think that would definitely enrich the experience of Airbnb. But there is also a bit the risk that I see. So why do you think would Airbnb kind of include that into their service, or instead of, for example, developing them themselves or anything like this? Do you have maybe some thoughts to share here, or maybe do you see applications beyond Airbnb? Let's say maybe Airbnb is just one way to start, and then maybe you see other ways of utilizing it.
Yeah, thank you. And so when we began as product designers, what we do is we build our products very human and user-centered in mind. So what we did is we identified the pain points for hospitality experiences, and we suggested this experience for Airbnb specifically, but it can also be translated to other P2P hospitality services. And we did not think of implementing it as a different service which Airbnb can like access as an API or something. What we thought was we would work with Airbnb, or we would work with whichever platform we are interested in as a product design team, and we would build a customized specialized solution for their app and whatever touch points they have. So at one point we suggested that we integrate this with other smart speakers, and it also has video input, and we went a little ambitious in our proposals because we are planning to give a specialized solution for each of like inbuilt integrated to the product itself.
Okay, thank you. I believe we had a question also from the stream during the presentation. Vlad, I believe, if you could ask your question again.
Yeah, sure. So, does Airbnb provide a very easy API so that you can build your solution on top? Did you like access it?
We did not take a look at Airbnb's public APIs because the solution we proposed uses a lot of privilege and private information about the guests and hosts. So we do not expect that such information will be publicly shared at all. So instead, like I said, we are proposing to work with the companies itself to use this speech model, which can access their private information, their data, their insights, and travel booking information. And combining that knowledge with the general large language models understanding of speech and general knowledge, we are planning to build a standalone product which can be integrated in the API in their Airbnb app or website itself.
Okay. Thank you, Elia. We move on to the presentation of Spark Tales. So let's jump into it.
It's really simple. So we will, once you click generate a story, you will get a pop-up which you need to put the kids details, for example, the name, put the age, 5 years old, the gender, we can male or female, or you can, if the parents decide not choose, for example, use a female, and then we can say, okay, my kid like to drawing. The parents can put like 2 hobbies, and then we can define the character of the kids. Our first version, we just need to identify the character, but in our next version, the parents can upload the photo, and then we are using Stable Diffusion to take the photo of the kids and then use it on the story. So for example, here we'll put like curly hair, curly brown hair, and then we can choose a language. So we support more than 5 or more than 8 languages. So we can use English, and then we can use a theme of the story. So what's the theme of the story? Is it a bedtime? Is it adventure? Like, what's the theme? So for example, we can use here, educational. And then we can put the goal of the purpose of the story. So for example, I need my kid to improve on drawing. I need my kids to be brave, trust herself. So we're gonna put trust herself. And then we continue. Once we continue, the story will be created, and once we click on it, we tell the parents to generate the story. This will take from your credit, and if you click continue, now the story is done. All the text is done from the story. The parents can go through the story. If something they don't like it, they can edit it, they can regenerate whatever they want. And then the next step is like the parents need to generate the images. So for example, once they generate the image, and we're using Stable Diffusion for that, and then you can see how the image created, and then the parents can create each image for each chapter. And then once parents finish all the images, they can also go through the parent coach. So as example, our goal was to trust herself, then we give the parents some tasks to help them to reach this goal. Again, we also have a personalized gift coming soon, then we can suggest some gifts to the parents based on the personalized data we got for our kids, and then they can also generate an audiobook. Let me show you from the community one of the stories created. And then once we finish all creation of the story, then we have the kid view, where the kid can play the story, where they can go through the story.
Adventure. Chapter 1. Rovan's passion. Rovan loved to draw and paint. Her favorite subject was ladybugs. She would spend hours creating beautiful artwork of these tiny creatures. Chapter 2.
So again, that's the story with audio, and they can share this link with anyone. We also have the community where parents can make their stories public, where other people can see the story, and then we have kind of how many people view it and other things. The parents can always go buy more credit, so we have 3 types of credit, and also we have subscription model we are working on.
Okay, thank you, Spark Tales. Very cool that you were able to do this in such a short amount of time. I'll give the stage right away to Alex to give his opinion on your project.
Yeah, I can only agree with you here. I have to say, very, very cute and nice product idea. I don't know how you managed that, but it really looks like it's kind of like end-to-end done almost. It looks like a real product. And what I really like about it is how it's spot on utilizing the strengths of Gen AI. So you're really using it for this creative storytelling, what Gen AI is like so good at, plus also the image part of it. So this the kind of generating customized images that are also spot on for what you're looking for. So Gen AI is extremely good in that, and you're really utilizing it here so well. So yeah, the only thing I can say as a parent of a toddler myself, count me in as a customer. Where can I subscribe?
Yeah, totally agree with Alex there. Very impressed. I don't actually have a solid question except for what you see for the future now. What do you plan to do with this product? Because it already is amazing. How would you continue to improve on it?
Oh, probably we cannot hear you for some reason. No. Could you please check the device that connected to you as a microphone? Because it was fine in the beginning.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, cool. So thanks a lot. Yeah, I mean, I kept working on it after the hackathon because I'm planning to launch it, like to make it a proper product. So I improved the design even more. I work in the user experience. Thanks a lot for, I got also a lot of users. They sign up through the hackathon, so give me feedback on the website. So that helped me to do some improvement. And yeah, I mean, my plan is like to focus on end-to-end experience. Like, yes, it's for stories, but I'm also thinking about, how the parent do what's after stories. So I want to improve it more. So add parent coaching, so help them to achieve the kids' goals. And also I want to add activities. So I'm working now to add also coloring books. So in each story, I will add a last page as a coloring page, so kids can also color, and also ask AI to generate some games for them. So they can also interact with the story, not only reading it or listen to it, but I want to add also interaction and also help the parents to help them to achieve the goals of the story.
I do have a question.
Would you say, Alessia?
I do have a question. Can I go ahead?
Absolutely.
Do we have some time for that? Yeah, first of all, I'm really impressed at what you actually were able to do in just that short period of time. And my question was, weren't it the biggest challenge for you to, make an end-to-end project plus discovery of the new technology that you probably didn't work before, in just 3 days? And the second question, are you going to recruit somebody to help you with the project to have maybe more team members to run this project after the hackathon?
Yeah, for sure. That's my plan. Once I get more to production, I would love to have more team member to help me. But what's my biggest challenge? Like, I'm actually a designer, so that's why you see it on the website. So that was my core. So that was something that I really care about UX. But my challenge was like how to reach the best photos the kids, the AI generate the best photos and make sure there is no wrong photos. So I think this was my biggest challenge. So I had to go through many iterations. So this took more time for me to find a way. And I want to use Google Imagine, but it was not available yet. So I used the Stable Diffusion and then define the LoRa, model, so I can use that with the Stable Diffusion to reach the better result. But I think it's an ongoing process. So I need to always keep improving and retrain the model so I get better result.
But that is the goal always, right? To always keep improving and making your product better. Thank you, Sparktails. And we move on to our final finalist, Pulsar Wave. The stage is yours.
Latvia has been a strong supporter of Ukraine since Russia's invasion began in February. The new Latvian president, Egils Levits, has pledged to continue his country's support for Ukraine.
Okay, thank you, Pulsar Wave. I'll give the stage right away to Alex. What did you think?
Yeah, so maybe I probably need a bit more clarification. What is the target audience here? So from my understanding, what I've seen, it's aggregates sort of news topics, maybe some trends, and then you can query to summarize it and maybe give it as get it as a text, but also as an audio to give it a summary. So it's kind of like a news aggregator, like a personal news aggregator. Maybe a bit more clarification on what's the USP here and what's the target group would be really helpful.
Oh, you are muted once you're talking. Excuse me for that. Yes. Your microphone just muted. We see that you're talking, but we cannot hear you, unfortunately. Let me check. Maybe as a server mute. Wait a second. How
Okay,
about now?
can you hear me? Can you hear me
Yes.
now? Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, the original idea of the project is that we would like to do the portfolio management, which we need to aggregate the social media trend that a lot of social media every day, and then there is some agents or some program to aggregate that data for us and then to input into the portfolio investment. But so far, so we start from the Pulsar Wave, which is the scanning project, then use the AI to analyze and prioritize the data that we aggregate from the social media. So that's the original idea. But so far, we found that it's quite very useful for the executive or the director to follow the trends. I think we monitor the news from everyday social media trend and newspaper and website, and it's quite consume us a lot of time. And then these two can help us a lot. We plan to launch the product with some companies nearby our office. I think we will start from that, and then we will collect the feedback, and then to improve more on how we can make it adjust to their requirement, because the usage or the application of this social media trend is quite a lot. It's not only to just read the news and follow the news only. It is up to the user that how they can apply this kind of product and the data that feed from the project.
I have a clarification question. So is it only, let's say, a feed with news that are the most popular now and the most trending that I can read, and it will be adapted to my requirements or to the, let's say, fields I want to follow?
Actually, recently we just used the AI to decide, let it to decide for us. We just prompt them as which is the most 5 most important trend at the recent iteration. Then they just send the selected news or information back to the database. And then the front end will grab the database and then to traffic it into the report that you send from the presentation. So we built separately for between the back end and the front end. In this hackathon project, we developed the front end. The back end we have been revised for a long time, so it needs time to revise it. But anyway, even in this hackathon, we need to collect some of their usage as well. That's it.
Okay.
One more follow-up, if you will allow me to go, or you have something.
No, you can go.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, where are you going to basically land your project? What will be the final platform? So are you going to make it as a separate website where I am as a user needs to go and log in and track news there? Or maybe you wanted to land it on my, let's say, Messenger or some social media?
Yeah, recently we run our own news analysis website. We launch our publication 3 days a week, and then on the Wednesday publication, we use these tools for our news gathering around the world, and then to help us to make the summarization, in pastel style, political, economic, social, environmental, and then technology sort of. And then we report that to our audience. So that is one application on it. In the future, we plan to integrate into our like aggregate platform, like a sort of social media that people can sign in, and then they can read the report from our system automatically, and also can click into the radar that you see it from the website as well. And also, if we have time, we will plan to develop it into more like an exchange hub for the entrepreneur, like a small and medium business entrepreneur, to exchange their view or exchange their product or service, sort of. So that's the plan, because we I just have some subscription to the WhatsApp application that aggregate a lot of SMB owners in Southeast Asia, and then we have some chat starting, but I think it's from that community. I think we need to develop into the full-blown community that can make more sharing and exchanging, sort of. Maybe we start from that.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, and good luck with launching the project.
Okay, so that is all of our 6 finalists. We will now take a short break where the judges will go backstage and decide a winner. So, yeah, see you in around 10 minutes. and we're back. Tough call with the judges. We had to do some real digging into the projects and select the order of who did it best. So I want to start off with great job, everyone. We hope that each and every one of you continue on your project and continue developing it to make it much better. And we'll start off with our honorable mention of the 6 teams, and it's Alia for Airbnb. Really cool project, and if we can get Alex to give some last thoughts on your product.
Yeah, no, as I said before, it's a very great idea, and I think it has quite some potential to utilize GenAI to make this experience between guests and hosts even more smoother, let's say, and better. I would just, again, double check maybe a bit on the risks that you're fully dependent on Airbnb and how much access you will actually get to utilize this sensitive private data that you will need to enable that. But other than that, I think it's a great project. Maybe just have also a plan B or something in place if it doesn't work out with Airbnb.
Good advice. So moving on. Or you had something to say? Nope. Okay. On 5th place, we have Pulsar Wave. Really cool product and well done. If Alec, you can give some input there as well.
Yeah, I think the idea is definitely great. I clearly see the need that we need to have some kind of personal aggregator for ourselves to get like to not get overwhelmed, let's say, with all the social media, the noises, the news. So I think I would love to see something like that of also for my personal use, but would maybe clear out a little bit more the USB here and how you would like to be to have it used, right? Is it like an own platform? Is it an own website? What is the interface? To maybe scope that out a little bit more, but definitely a great idea to work on.
I do have one extra comment as well. First of all, really great project. And I would really put your attention into the competition in the market because at LabLab we had a huge amount of project that works pretty the same. So they're collecting news and they give you some personal recommendations. So please check out the market and who is your main competitor here. And I'm sure the market is pretty busy now. And the second thing is I would really put your attention on the user habits and where it will be the easiest for them to check this news and where it would be the most comfortable for them to check it out because there is a lot of services that can easily replace you as a social media. So it will be smart for you to think where it will be the best for user to don't, looking for your website for a long time and to access this latest news pretty easy and pretty fast. But overall, really great idea and the work was pretty well.
Okay, moving on to 4th place. We have AIT Diagram Code X. Really great job, guys. And yeah, Olesia, Simon, or Alex, do you have any comments on that?
Alex, you may go first. I would just say that I'm really impressed on the results you got in these 3 days with new technology for you.
Yeah, same here. I could believe that this was mainly one guy, if I understood correctly, to pull this off is really impressive. But maybe this is also something to build on to get like a diverse team, because I think you would also need to look a bit more into channels, how you want to market it, how you want to position it, like how will users actually access it and use it. Some things to scope out a little bit more, but a super useful tool and we need it.
Yes. Okay, so we move on. Top 3. So we have on 3rd place, very impressive product in Judgy AI. Really cool what you pulled together in such a short amount of time. It's something that I myself would like to try out when we're going through all the submissions. I'm sure Alex, Olesia, and Simon also would like to try it. Yeah, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. I think next time we should utilize it. But what I really just want to highlight here is I love the vision that you have already, how to expand beyond hackathons, and that was impressive and great to see that you put some thought into that already.
Yes. Okay, so now we have 2 left, and the first place, it goes to Hyper Target. So congratulations, guys. Really good product. We were all very impressed. It was hard to pick between the two, but you guys are the winners. Do you have any comments, Alex, for the winning team?
Yeah, again, it was a tight call, but I think the clear, let's say, usefulness and also the ability to shift. I find it kind of impressive, and it's really important to always check more product market fit and be ready to completely kind of shift gears and go in another direction. And from what I've seen, what you've developed before for bloggers, I'm pretty much sure you will also handle e-commerce, and I'm absolutely convinced that this is also something that your audience in e-commerce really craving for. So I think that has a big potential. So yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
I'll give you the floor to give a comment on what you feel, but before that, I want to give a shout out to Sparktails as well, because you developed a really cool product in such a short amount of time, and we all definitely think you should keep working on it. And not only goes for you, but all of you finalists. You are welcome to apply to Slingshots, because we're all impressed, and it would be really cool to see your progress further in the program. But I'll give the floor to HyperTarget to give a few comments on how you feel and what the next step is.
Yes, thanks a lot for the warm words here. So it was a really tight call because all the projects are really great. So I was really nervous sitting here and guessing what will be the result. And yeah, I really loved all the projects. And in general, so I think it's a very great opportunity to take part in the Lab Hackathon. So it's my second time I'm taking part in it. I really like the atmosphere and the whole processes and all the finalist stream and the kind of the tight schedule where you need to pull all your resources and really make something worthwhile. And I really recommend everyone to take part again. And I also recommend my friends to take part in the hackathon, in the Lab hackathon. So really enjoyed it. And also big thanks for trying out the Google AI toolkit. So it was really very interesting to try it out, to try different models, to see how it works, how it compares to like your biggest competitor currently. So it was really insightful. Thanks a lot.
Yes, and as we mentioned before, you will be invited to Slingshot, where you can develop this project or product further, and you'll get all the help you can get from our mentors and our partners. And we're looking forward to progressing from there. So before we close out, I want to give some last words to Simon, our co-founder.
Great. We're so happy to see this through, and so happy that we do it with Google. Big congrats to you guys, the winning team. Really looking forward to see you in Slingshot. Super impressed. So it's great fun. Obviously my application didn't show up as always. I'm not sure who's picks these winners, but you know, better luck next time, I guess. No, all jokes aside, thank you so much for this event. Thank you so much for Google, and thank you so much to our internal team. Great work, Mihir and Alesha. And I hope to see you very soon on our next events.
Yes, so thank you all, and we'll see you at future hackathons.